It gets kind of boring when you always watch the nerdy boy get the girl. There's no thrill to it, especially for the females out there. That's why this time we're going to talk about the top 10 romance anime where the bad boy falls for the girl. Number 10, Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts.
私のような虚構の王が背負うにはこれ以上重いものはない。だが、お前といる時だけは、私は王の枷から解放される。ただ名前を呼ばれるだけで、その責務を忘れそうになるほどに。
Starting off our list is a series that might just make every furry drool. You see, in this world, there's a kingdom whose citizens are basically humanoid animals, and they are given human sacrifices since they won the war. Sarifi was the 99th human sacrifice, and since she doesn't fear death, the king of that kingdom sets her free, and it'll change everything.
悪くない酒だ。血相になった。
王様。
王様、お怪我は。
You might be surprised that this series was released way back in 2023, and it's just a shame that no one talked about it, because it can easily be the best fantasy romance anime of that season. It's pretty obvious that it has some beauty and the Beast vibes with just some anime touches to it. Overall, the series really grew on me, and you just have to give it a chance, and then you'll realize it was all worth it. Number 9, The Foolish Angel Dances with the Devil.
あまりジロジロ見るでない。このスケベ。
いや、びっくりしてさ、なんかすげえふわふわしてるから、この前みたいに。
When they said there was an angel and a devil in this anime, they weren't joking around. In this world, the devils lost against heaven, and as a last-ditch ploy, they sent our boy Akutsu to Earth to save hell. He was trying to recruit someone that would actually help the demons win, but what he didn't know was that the girl he chose was actually an angel, and he might just fall in love.
そしていつかぽっちゃりリーに変化と。おや、下半身が見えぬ。
これだぞ！貴様というやつは命の恩人にそういうとこをするのか！
From the get-go, you already know that the concept is pretty unique, and it is just like Romeo and Juliet with the forbidden love thing and all. Although the studio that animated this is quite unheard of, the animation is pretty decent, and the romance was quite thrilling. It even has a lot of action, which is always a plus because you'll never get bored watching it. Number 8, My Little Monster.
私の中に革命的とも言えるある変化が生まれた。
てめえ、なんで俺をシカトする？さっきから呼んでんのに。
意識している。
You've never probably thought that the bully and the nerd were destined for each other, but take a look at this. Our girl, Shizuku, is more than just a nerd. She's basically an outcast, and once she meets our boy Yoshida, a delinquent who can only find trouble, these two weirdos start a relationship that no one saw coming.
私、春に会えてよかった。今まで勉強しか興味なかったけど、こうなったらとことん楽しもう。
Of course, any true romance anime fan knows about this series and just how good it is. It aged perfectly, and up until now, the jokes are still funny. While it doesn't do anything out of this world, the execution was so good to the point where it doesn't even matter. You also gotta take a look at how clean the art is because it will truly blow your mind. What else can I say? It's one solid show that you should watch. Number 7, Special A.
早く言え！
じゃあ、お弁当を作ってください。
This is basically Kaguya-sama Love is War, but we just don't have that Chad narrator. Special A follows two students, of course. The first is our girl Hikari, who thought of herself as a prodigy. But that was until she met Kai, who beat her in a challenge, and now they have become rivals and joined a top class known as Special A. However, will they only stay as rivals, or are they hiding something more?
本当悪い。
それが 食べたいんです。
One thing you have to know is that the series starts off quite slow, but as you push past the first few episodes, you'll realize that it was worth it. You might have even thought that the plot was pretty predictable, but I'm here to tell you that it will interact the hell out of you. The character development was also amazing, since each member of the cast gets their chance at the spotlight. Number 6, Skip Beat.
いろんな女と付き合ってみたけど結局うまくいかなかったよわがままで自己中で自信過剰な俺についていけねえんだって
Now, if you want to go a bit old school, let's travel to 2008, and it's pretty obvious from the art style alone that this series comes from that era. Our girl, Mogami, is the one who supports her childhood friend, Sho, to become an idol. But when she realizes Sho only looks at her as a maid, she joins the show business herself to surpass him and get some good old revenge.
いつかそう言って帰ってきてくれるって信じてたの
Again, I admit that the art style is quite old, but don't let that discourage you because this is some serious stuff we're talking about. One thing you want to watch out for is definitely the character dynamics because it is just so good. Still, don't expect it to be as deep as Evangelion since it is still a comedic rom-com with a bit of drama for some spice. Number 5, Koikimo.
レオさん
どうしていちかさんがブラウス姿で家にいたお帰りなさいと
The MC in this show literally proves that she has the power to change the guy, unlike you guys out there who stick to a toxic relationship. That's because our boy Ryu was a playboy, and every girl he came across immediately fell in love with him. But when a girl named Ichika saves him and shuts him down, he finds that his heart was the one that got stolen instead.
どさくさに紛れて何するんですか
無意識に体が
もし友達に見られたらどう責任
If you really want to watch something realistic, then this might not be for you because there are some really sus things that are going on in here. For starters, the girl is still in high school and the guy, well, isn't. But the show starts in a way where you completely forgot that, and with the cute art style, it even sometimes becomes really wholesome. This is especially true if the two start interacting with each other, and it feels really heartwarming. Number 4, Kakurio, Bed and Breakfast for Spirits.
ねえカレー食べる大旦那様はカレーって好き
うつしおのカレーは好きだよいかにも家庭の味という感じで好きだ
We're going from a playboy to a literal god. Since she was a child, Aoi could see spirits called Ayakashi, and after being abandoned by her mother and her grandfather passed away, she was transported to the hidden realm. That's when she meets the ogre god, and now she must marry him to pay her grandfather's debt. She definitely was asleep when the anime gods rained some good luck.
ようこそカクリオへ僕の花嫁
You have to love how they incorporate Japanese folklore into this series, and it even results in a surprising reverse harem. But the best thing about it is the food and just how important it is to the story. It even resembles Kami-sama Kiss, which is actually a good thing, especially if you're a fan of that series. If you love some slice-of-life romance with a lot of cooking in between, then this is the one for you. Number 3, An Archdemon's Dilemma, How to Love Your Elf Bride.
どうぞ私の膝をお使いください
膝枕
だとこんなお誘いを断れるわけないだろうが
Bro is literally an archdemon, so you definitely know that he deserves to be on this list. Our boy Zagan was going to become a member of the 13 archdemons, but he fell in love when he saw an elf girl slave. Like any man would do, he immediately spends all his money to buy her, and this might just be the best or worst investment he ever made.
ネフィよまずお前に部屋を与えよう好きな部屋を選ぶがいい
つまり死に場所を選ばせていただけると
殺さないと言ってるだろう
The title pretty much describes the story of the entire series. Still, it has a surprisingly good plot with a lot of twists and turns that no one would expect it to have. I mean, I was expecting this to be an ecchi anime full of fan service, but it proved that it was more than that. Even though it still has some fan service, overall, I might even say that it's a good show to watch. Number 2, Why Raeliana Ended Up at the Duke's Mansion.
さっさと出ていけ
婚約者に対しては公爵様ではなく
ノアと呼ぶべきではないのか？愛するレリアナよ。
So why did Raeliana end up at the Duke's mansion? Well, it all started when she got reincarnated as that exact same character, a minor character in a novel that she previously read. She was destined to die, so to survive, she broke up with her fiancé and then approached Duke Noah Windknight, and that's how she ended up at his mansion.
この花と頭につけて、宝石が欲しいのならいくらでも買ってやるぞ。
It's pretty surprising that a webtoon got animated, and that just goes to show how good it really is. At the same time though, Raeliana can technically still be the villainess, but when you see the guy, you know why he's on this list. Since it is in the villainous genre, get ready for some hard drama. The animation is also pretty solid and does the job of making the entire show enjoyable. If you ask me, I definitely say it is a must watch. Number 1, Wolf Girl and Black Prince.
こいつ俺のだから勝手に傷つけられると腹立つんだよね。
ないないない。あの時はへこんでたから優しさで錯覚しちゃっただけだもん。
Hold on, furries, you aren't getting another one after the first entry because this one doesn't have any animals in it. It's titled this way because what happens is that our girl Arakawa was lying that she had a boyfriend and showed a photo of a random stranger to her friends. Well, karma does bite back because when they recognize who he is, she has to ask him to pretend to be her boyfriend. The catch? She'll be her dog.
京也くんには難易度高いかもしれないけど、私にくらいは気許してもいいと思うよ。犬なんだからさ。
The guy here is just straight up sadistic, and for those that are triggered easily, I suggest that you steer clear of this one. The emotions are really intense, and the romance is just as much. It completely changes what it means for a series to be labeled shoujo. From the plot, to the characters, to even just how perfect it is for this video, we've placed it at number 1 in our list of the top 10 romance anime where the bad boy falls for the girl.